Lately in Northern Ireland, we've been hearing reports about house prices on the market increasing and staying static. Families being driven out of their homes on account of mortgage repossessions, and couples with newborn babies trying to balance their finances out and trying to provide for their kid, only being informed that they've been driven to the dark hole of negative equity. And the housing availability on the housing market has not been worse, with sale agreed signs being on every single for sale sign you lay your eye on. I'm here to explore the state of the housing market in Northern Ireland today and just find out what the big issue is.
Over the last few years, house prices have been rising annually by 4%, but as from September to December 2013, they have been staying static without any change, and then a sudden steep rise. This can affect the less wealthy communities and will increase the population of people rendered homeless if things get out of hand with prices as well as housing availability, and people will end up subject to negative equity. In the first quarter of 2013, the average price was £131,128, and by the end of the year, it was £132,922. With the average prices, the area with the highest average price is North Down at £171,829, and the lowest is Strabane at £99,322. Perhaps one of the most prominent cases in Northern Ireland is mortgage repossessions. There has been no alarmingly sudden rise in the recent years, however the rate of repossessions has remained static over the past few years. I arranged an interview with Norman Morrow, an estate agent based in Crumlin in County Antrim, who had very thorough views about mortgage debt and the activities of the banks alongside it.
The biggest problem we had at the minute would be the lending. Banks are difficult to get to be satisfied as to the criteria they're looking. Seems to be maybe making it awkward for people because any wee thing at all and they're turning people down. But certainly the banks, the prices are engaged by the properties that are being repossessed. Well, they're certainly a lot cheaper because of that reason. The banks are not lending the repossessions, so therefore that's bringing the prices back. People are feeling uncomfortable with their, they want to be secure in their job before they make any decisions like this. But the bank are turning people away for. We had professional couple of school teachers, and they were turned down because he had missed a month on a payment on his Visa card, and that lit up computers in some office, and they said no to him. And as it turned out, he didn't miss it. They were on holiday, and he was a day or two late before he made the payment. Yeah, well, the government do they lose out on it because of the stamp duty. At the minute, anything properties up to 125,000, there's no stamp duty, and quite a bit of the market are properties under 125,000. So therefore, the government get nothing. They need to be a wee bit more flexible in the lending end of it. I mean, that is really the key to it. My opinion would be that people should be at the minimum, be able to put down 10%. Static but improving.
Static but improving indeed, which is good for the present day housing market. But what about its past? House prices in Northern Ireland have always been a roller coaster, but a roller coaster that's dipped low more than rise higher, as of 2007 with a devastating house price crash that was said to have been among the world's worst, to now in 2014 where house prices have been at a steep rise and in some cases rather still. Negative equity is indeed another problem faced by many in this country, and it certainly wasn't hard to find one particularly so close to home. I met up with one individual homeowner who simply thinks that enough is enough.
Well, the house prices are unaffordable, and trying to save for a deposit, and also first-time buyers trying to get their foot on the property market. The value of my house peaked in 2007 and then dropped approximately 50% during the Depression. Well, it meant that I had to sell my house at a lower price, and it was heartbreaking. No, it should be better, as it is now a buyer's market, as house prices have fallen. Well, I think more jobs need to be provided and better wages. Wages need to be increased.
As we have seen today, if we are to combat this problem, banks must be more diligent and calculated when it comes to loans. Jobs must be provided, and wages will need to be risen.
If we've learned anything in our history, it's that we must never repeat our mistakes. And if we do in this case, drastic results will follow. Homelessness will increase, and with that, so will desperation. The population is ever growing, and with that, availability will have to as well. It's up to you, me, and us all as a community to make a change. So with families struggling from a tide of financial misfortune, banks turning away couples because they missed a month on their visa, and first-time buyers struggling to get a foot on the property ladder, the situation for the housing market in Northern Ireland is, if anything, in slow progress.